Hello, kindergarten. All right, today we are going to paint paper just like Eric Carle. So I love this day. It's so much fun. And so let me kind of walk you through the steps. I'll also show you in person how this is going to work today in the classroom, but I want to just kind of give you a little overview of how things are going to go today. So you will get this metal tray. It's like tin. Then you're also going to get some thick paper. This is at the front table, so when you finish one, you can always go get another one. Put it in your tray, and then you are actually going to be moving around today. So at every table, there will be a bowl of paint. So at the red table, I think I'll put red paint. At the orange table, I'll put orange paint, and so on. There will also be, at every table, a paper plate. There will be 4 paintbrushes because 4 students are allowed at each table. No more than 4. Then there will also be 4 Q-tips. And then there's this little tool, which I'll show you what we're going to do with this in just a minute, okay? So these items will be at the tables and they stay at the tables. So do not take these with you, okay? The only thing you're going to take with you from table to table is 2 hands on your tray like this, so you can carry it to the next table with a different color. So let's pretend Mrs. Constein, I went over to the red table, I pull up my chair, I have a seat, and now the paint is in the middle, so I can pick up a paintbrush and I can start to paint my paper. So I'm going to use the red because I'm at red table, and I'm just going to cover this paper. So let's see here. I think I'm just going to go up and down on this paper, and I actually think I'm going to do the whole paper. Sometimes you might not want to do the whole paper with one color, but I'm going to leave it up to you. We're actually going to use this painted paper next week when it's all dry to make pictures just like Eric Carle does with his painted paper. So that's the reason we're making this paper today. We're going to use it. So I'm actually going to paint all the way to the edges of my paper because, like I said before, we're going to use this paper next week for a project. So now I have my red on there. Please don't set the paintbrushes on the table. Put them back on the paper plate right here. And now this little tool, I want to show you this before my paint dries because it doesn't work well if your paint is dry. With this tool, what you do is you hold your paper and then you just scrape it along, and it makes these really great little scrape marks. Makes a texture. Remember, we just talked about texture in our last assignment? So now I've got this really great texture, and I think I'm done at this table. I think I'm going to move from the red table over to the blue table. So what you will have to do is put all your tools back on the paper plate, grab with 2 hands and walking feet, grab your tray, leave your paper on it, and walk over to the blue table. If there's 4 friends at the blue table, can I sit at the blue table? If you said no, you're right. Okay, you might have to go find a different color. But for Mrs. Constein's sake today, no one's at the blue table, so I can use the blue table. So let me move this. When you walk up, this stuff will be there. So now I'm at the blue table, and of course at the blue table, there's blue paint, paintbrushes, the 4 Q-tips, and the scraper. Now at this table, I don't really want to paint over my red because I really like the red that I already have. So maybe add a different color. I think I'm going to try the Q-tips. I'm going to dip them in, and I'm going to use these because they have such a great little tip on them. That's perfect for making dots. So I think I'm going to make some dots all over my paper. Oh, this is looking really cool. I wonder what Eric Carle would use this paper for. red paper with blue dots. I don't know. And, oh, another thing I forgot to tell you guys. You don't have to write your name on the back of these papers because next week when you come in, you will be just grabbing paper that you need to make your project. It doesn't matter whose paper it is or who painted it. We're all going to share and use each other's paper. There, I've got my polka dots. Now when you're done with the Q-tip, remember, put it on the paper plate and then someone else can use it. Okay, now I think this paper is done for me. If you wanted to do something else to it, you totally could. But Mrs. Constein, I think it's done. So this is where you'll take 2 hands, you'll go over to the drying rack and carefully peel your paper from the tray, okay, and then place it onto the drying rack. If you need help, I think Mrs. Constein's gonna go try to stand over there as much as possible to help you guys out with the drying rack today. Then your tray is empty, go to the front table, get another piece of paper, and you can start to create another piece of painted paper just like Eric Carle does. So he has tons of paper in his studio ready to use. So this will be our project today. I can't wait to see all of the beautiful paper that you guys create.